You know, the venue is beautiful. I mean, this would be a nice venue if you weren't here to learn something. You know, it's just a beautiful, and it's, you know, the music is just even makes it a stronger excuse to go. But then there's the camaraderie, which I think Rich and Gail are responsible for that. They're just really warm, receptive people, and so they draw warm, receptive people.
It's kind of that connection, community thing that I really enjoy with people when it comes to music. So yeah, I'd say this camp has a lot of that. You know, you meet a lot of guitar players that are like-minded. You know, they want to be serious about playing guitar, getting better.
This camp is just a multitude of learning that I can carry on for the rest of my life.
One of the cool things about the workshop is that we've designed it to be fun and educational for all skill levels. Students are separated into 3 groups. The C group is for the guys who are just getting into jazz, the B group is for players who are a little more intermediate, and the A group is for the more advanced guys who've been playing jazz for quite a while. Another cool aspect of the workshop is that you actually start learning before the camp starts. Each group is assigned 3 songs that you start working on a couple months ahead of time to get familiar with the songs before you really start digging into them at the workshop. Once the workshop starts, the students work on one of their songs each day by attending a class on the melody, comping, and improv soloing from our 3 expert jazz instructors. Rich and his good friend Mike Dana, who's a phenomenal player and world-renowned teacher and arranger, act as the main instructors each year. We also have a special guest instructor every year. This year, Bruce Foreman is returning for his 2nd year in a row.
Every year I say, oh, this is the best year ever. This year really was pretty great. Our guest is Bruce Foreman. It's been really cool. And I think the thing that I like about it as an instructor is that there are 3 guitar faculty and there's 3 groups of students, and so each of the 3 faculty sees each of the 3 student groups every day. And from a student's perspective, how cool is that? You know, to be able to spend time with Rich and with Bruce and with myself every single day for a few days and then get ready to play a gig. I just think it's the perfect scenario. If I were a guitar student, I would absolutely be here. And as a guitar instructor, I would absolutely be here.
Past instructors have included Pat Kelly, Ron Eshtay, David Becker, Mitch Holder, Tim May, Frank Potenza, and more. The bass teacher each year is the incredible Todd Johnson, who has been teaching students here at the workshop for over 15 years.
So I want to welcome everybody to our jazz, guitar, and bass workshop in Yosemite. Gosh, this year, believe it or not, is a record year. We've got a lot of repeat customers.
It's a chance for everyone to get to know the students and teachers. A lot of the same guys come every year, so many of the students already know each other, but there's always a group of new students who come each year as well.
Rich, I only discovered his classes and his work online a couple months ago when I was looking for, I thought, what do I want to do this summer? I'll do a jazz camp. Great. I didn't know anything about jazz camps, and I found that, and I looked at it, and that seems cool, that'd be good to do. And then it said you can, if you sign up, you get a free year of the library. Well, okay, there's a couple $100 off. Okay, that makes sense. So I started doing it, and in the last couple months, I went from not even knowing what a 6/9 chord was to actually playing it, So that's huge already. I think I've gotten value out of it, no matter what happens. And just looking forward to immersing myself for the next 4 days in jazz, and learning a lot of guitar.
Once everyone gets to know each other, it's time for dinner. The dinner bell rings each night at 6 p.m. Echo serves delicious, hearty meals, and mealtime is always a great way these like-minded jazz lovers can connect. The dining hall is filled with laughs, stories, and lots of talk about music, guitars, and gear. After dinner on Sunday, we head down to the chapel where the teachers put on a concert for the students with the help of Gary Newmark on drums. Gary hangs around all week with the students and plays with everyone every single night. I'm here with Guy. He's a returning student, been with us in the past. Guy, what's it like watching the teachers play each night? Is it motivating for you? Does it inspire you? What's it like?
Yeah, I have very mixed emotions about that, I tell you. Because it's just, they're in a different realm. It's great. I come here, because it's really fun. It's inspiring. It's depressing.
All wrapped into one.
They're all really virtuosic players, right? They're good instructors. They really know their stuff, right? They're the best in the business. They're some of the best jazz guitar players in the world. So there's a lot of stuff to, sort through and sift through when you're listening to them. But they're amazing. It's exhilarating listening to them every night. There's stuff that I'm like, oh man, I gotta steal that, or oh man, I need to record that and figure it out. And it's nice because, they're right there, right after they're done playing, you can just be like, hey, what was that? And so I enjoy it. Yeah.
After the teacher concert, it's time to chill, relax, and just hang out. Everyone's back here in what they call the Cman Room, blowing off some steam, talking about the day, just having a great time. The nightly hangs are a major highlight of the workshop. They give the students and teachers a chance to unwind, talk, have some snacks and sweets, and have some wine, a few drinks, or some beers. The room is always very lively, filled with laughs and great stories. It's a lot of fun.
Well, the Cman Room is so cool because we really study our butts off, and there's, sometimes a bit of stress during the day, and it's a schedule that's, you're studying guitar all day, and then after a performance to come into here and have some drinks and snacks, and the best part is having conversations with all the players that you see them play, but you don't really talk to them and learn about where they're from and what they do, and it's really the highlight, one of the highlights of the thing.
Well, this is where we get together after all the classes, and we have some adult beverages and hang out and have fun and talk, and we talk about everything except politics, and we just have a great time. People come back just to come to the Cman Room to have fun and hang out with everybody,
Yeah.
Cman Room's a hang, man. It's absolutely a blast. I mean, what's nice is that it's been a day of just working super hard and taking a lot of information. Then you perform, and that's encouraging. But then just to be able to decompress, relax, and then talk about it is super motivating and encouraging, because everyone's put in the hard work, and now you get to reap those benefits and rewards and to have a good hang. So no, Cman Room's the best.
So I take it you've met some friends in the Cman Room over the last few years.
Oh, for sure. Yeah, and it's cool every year to kind of see a different. You meet different new folks coming in, but then also old friends, and the hang is just you catch up where you left off. Literally, it's crazy that it's been a year, because you see everyone, you're like, oh, old friends and great times. So yeah, it's the best.
When the fun winds down and people start yawning, it's time to head back to the rooms for some much-needed rest. The rooms are simple yet comfortable, and they really give you a sense that you're in the mountains. There's wood everywhere, a comfy bed, bathroom. It's pretty basic. And you notice there's no TV, giving everyone a chance to unplug a little. You can get a single occupancy room, or you can share a room with another student to save a few $100.
To enjoy the peacefulness and the stillness here in the mountains.
It's a great example.
Breakfast is served every day at 8 a.m., and you'll have about an hour to eat. Everyone gathers back at the dining hall for a nice morning meal with a bunch of options to fuel up.
Usually cafeteria food is like, oh boy, here we go again. It's not grade school cafeteria food. These guys know what they're doing. Food, it's quality, it's good, it's a great variety, great salad bar. If there's something, just depending upon your eating habits, whether you're paleo or Weight Watchers or whatever, there's always something for everybody. The food's good. They have this habit of serving dessert with everything, man. I mean, it's like a real formal meal. So for me, I just kind of hit the salad bar, a little bit of protein, and I try not to make eye contact with the desserts, So, because all I got to do is look at it and I gain weight. So, but yeah, the food's great. Food's solid. It feels like we eat all the time.
For me, this is how I got there. Okay, I was very diligently taught at Berklee's College of Music.
At 9 a.m., the guitar players will stay in the dining hall for the morning workout. They're hosted each day by a different teacher. They work on exercises, things that help your technique. The teachers give them insights into their practice routines. It's basically meant to work on things that get your brain moving before a big day of classes.
Every string is a pathway to get from one position of a key to the next. So let me show you what I'm talking about. I can stay where I'm at and play in the key of A. Yay for me. But I can also go. See what I just did? I just got on the freeway and went to the next town. You know what? I think I want to go to the next town. You know what? I want to go to the next town.
Todd and his bass students are headquartered in the chapel all week long. There are about a third as many bass players as guitar players at the workshop, so all the bass instruction takes place here, including the morning workout and the classes throughout the day.
We have 2 songs that we learn each day. The bass players are manly men, and we learn 6 songs, while the guitar players only have to learn 3. Just saying. I'm throwing down the gauntlet, folks. And so in the morning we work on song number 1 and then the song number 2 in the afternoon. But we split up the morning 3 hours, roughly an hour, hour and a half, working on the walking into things, supporting everybody. And then we work on melodic and soloing concepts for the last hour and a half or so. And then we take a break, we eat more, and then we come back and we do that in the afternoon. And then we come back and we eat more, and then we play at night. And it's a beautiful thing, man.
Todd is really a wonderful teacher because he breaks music into units of practice that you can consume and improve and get control of. And then they're kind of interchangeable. So he gives you a little bit and he adds another little bit, and suddenly you're building castles. It's really cool. And because the units are sufficiently small and comprehensible, once you learn them, they stick. What Todd does is he makes the kind of the overwhelming nature of music consumable.
So the comping chords might be.
Oh, that's nice.
You guys get that lick. 6, 8, 5.
Next door at Lower Lyles West, where the B group meets for their sessions, Mike is also working with the guys on the melodies for Stompin' at the Savoy in D flat.
Now I have a question. What's the next note? Bo-do, sing it. Have we played that note yet?
Yes.
So the next note was also the first note, right? So the other thing that musicians have to have is good short and long-term memory.
The A group meets all week in the chapel library. Bruce is working on the melody for the great tune Alone Together.
Great, let's play that now. Now, I really like whoever went boo-ba, boo-ba-ba, whoever did that, a couple of you did.
Session 1 lasts about an hour or so. After that, there's a 30-minute break to get a drink or some fresh air or woodshed on what you've just learned in class. At noon, the lunch bell rings and everyone heads back into the dining hall. Today, the staff has served up hamburgers and fries with all the fixins. There's also a salad station with everything you need, plus there's potato salad. After everyone is filled up, it's time to get back to the learning. While session 1 was all about learning the melody, session 2 each day is all about comping the songs.
Okay, I have a question for you. How many flats in D flat?
5.
Okay, I got one more question. How many flats in D flat?
Yeah, it's still 5.
I think you know D flat. That took 10 seconds.
Here's Mike working with the B group. The students stay in the same classrooms all day and the teachers rotate, so each group can learn from each teacher on a different aspect of a song. Rich moved down to the chapel to work on comping with the C group. He was showing them different ways to think about what to do as a rhythm guitar player in the song Alone Together. Bruce moved into the Lower Lyles East classroom to talk about comping with the B group.
But we're starting on the
This
5.
is more of a swing, majory kind of bluesy.
When we're starting on the 5, is that right?
Yes, technically we're starting on the 5 of the key. I mean, we're getting in dangerous territory because we're in fret numbers and key numbers and finger numbers.
D flat, F, A flat, B. Right? You've got a lot of the similar tones.
Rich went to the whiteboard to explain an aspect of improv to the A group as they continued to work on Stompin' at the Savoy. Bruce worked with the B group on improv. He went around the room showing the guys a little soloing trick that he likes to call the Bruce scale.
Okay, now for my money, fine. Didn't play any wrong notes. It was good. And it was rhythmic. It was nice. It was dynamic. But you didn't leave any spaces, and you weren't saying much of anything. You were just going D5, 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 D5. You know, okay, we got your point. Like, how about being rhythmic and leaving some space? You know, like playing motifs. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3. Better, huh? Do another. Good. Okay, Ozzy. Go. All right, Wayne. Yeah, man.
Mike made his way to the chapel to work with the C group for session 3. He was helping the guys spell out the notes in the chords and play the 4 best notes over each passing chord.
Let me show you a cool way to do it, okay? I'm going to play my C sharp and my B on the top string. Try it. And then for my E and my F sharp, and then I'm going to play C sharp and B again, and then F sharp and E again. Okay?
All right, I'm here with one of the students, Bill. Bill, how were your classes today?
Oh, they're amazing. They're always great, actually. I've been coming for a couple of years, and I always walk away feeling like there's something at least something in every class that I can take away that really hits where I'm at and what I want to work on. But actually, this year I was just commenting to somebody that it's like it just even feels more packed full of just the right stuff for me. But I mean, it might be that some of the stuff I'm just more ready to hear now. But it's just been great. It's really good.
With all 3 sessions of the day now completed, it's time for the guys to get into their small groups and practice up for the live playing workshop. The guitar players team up in small groups of 2 to 3 to work on their tune of the day. A little later in the evening, they'll get up on stage with one of Todd's bass students with the help of Gary on drums and play live for the students and teachers. Right now, they're trying to nail down their arrangements and get their tunes dialed in.
Okay, the first melody we're splitting. Now let's just talk about the tag at the end. There's this big gap there, and I'm thinking maybe the gap's cool, or maybe we need a chord there. So,
6 o'clock has rolled around and it's time for another meal at the dining hall. Tonight they're serving pork tenderloin, vegetables, roasted potatoes, and for dessert, cherry pie. Everyone gets the nutrition they need and a chance to give their minds a break from all the learning they've done all day before getting up on stage in about an hour. Okay, it's about 7 o'clock. Everyone's getting done with their dinner. They're about to head here to the chapel for the live playing workshop. This happens Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday nights. and there's definitely a lot of nerves on night 1. But what's really cool is by night 3, you can really see and hear the improvements with the students as they loosen up and get used to playing on stage. Kirby, you're about to do the live playing workshop. How do you feel about tonight?
I'm looking forward to it. It's going to be fun and interesting as well. So we'll see what happens.
Why is it going to be interesting?
Well, I'm going to be comping for the first time. So yeah, that's new for me. So we'll see what happens.
Awesome, man. Good luck.
Got to keep the wheels on the wagon.
Oh, you got this.
All right.
I'm here with Tony, another one of the students. Tony, how are you feeling about the live playing workshop tonight, buddy?
I feel pretty good about it. It's the second night, so I think I got the butterflies up my stomach, so I'm pretty feeling good. And I think we did a good job in our practice session today, so I'm looking forward to it.
Notice the difference between night 1 and night 2?
Yes, I do. I think this we're gelling as a group now. I think we're getting it together, so I'm pretty sure everybody else are too. So.
After each performance, the teachers give the students real-time feedback about their performance. They talk about what went right, they talk about what went wrong, and just give them general advice so they can do better next time.
So a couple things I heard, going from the second guitar solo into the third, it felt to me like you were continuing, but you kind of came in.
Yeah.
And so it's okay, like if you're ever following somebody in soloing and you're not sure if they're done or not, I think it's kind of best to wait, even let a couple of bars go by, right? Because it felt to me like you were going to continue on and play a second chorus, but then when you came in, you bailed, and that was the right thing to do. But you can always start your chorus a bar or two into it, and it's totally fine, just to make sure. And there's that part of the tune at the end, ba-boo-da, ba-da-boo-da. So the drums were playing that rhythm, and the bass had it, but like the comping guitar, whoever was comping didn't always do that. And I think it's kind of cool. I think it's kind of cool when everybody's unified on that. It kind of makes the song sound put together more. But so that's on the negative side. On the plus side, I heard a lot of the stuff we worked on today.
Yeah.
I heard that, and so I'm super happy with that.
Yeah. Nice job. By the way, nice space work. Nice space work.
Mm-hmm.
What's it feel like after you get off the stage?
When I come off the stage, it's wonderful. It's wonderful because you played, but it's terrible because you're hard on yourself. Yeah. Even though you get off the stage and the support is terrific and everybody's coming up and high-fiving, good job. And you did a good job, but at the same time you're thinking of, oh, they don't know that I meant to do this, and they don't know that I meant to do that, and this note here really was supposed to be that note. Right. So it's like the little kid, it was wonderful, it was terrible. So it's great emotions, it makes you feel more alive, and it's exciting. And of course we all want that one performance where it goes just right, we haven't gotten there yet, but it's great. It's great. Thank you.
I'm here with Dave, one of the guitar guys here. He just got off stage at the live playing workshop. What's it like when you get off the stage?
Well, first of all, people are grateful, right? But then you kind of assess what you've done. Did you retain anything? I mean, you know, the usual, oh, I missed this part, but it's, you know, you also have a sense of accomplishment that you got up and played in front of a bunch of, you know, guitar players, which is something, right? Especially with the great teachers, right?
Yeah.
So it's a little nerve-wracking, you know?
Right.
But, you know, you did it, and then it gives you more confidence for the next time.
You guys ever see the movie Cool Hand Luke? There's a scene where the prison guard says, "What we have here is failure to communicate." And
Sometimes
so,
nothing's a pretty cool.
and I've noticed this, you know, like last night, and it's a common thing. So get used to, like, when something important is going to happen, make eye contact somehow, like, you know, coda, right? Like, you know.
Or say it out loud.
Or say it out loud. Yeah. And did you guys talk about, like, right before you played, let's do the head twice and then?
I thought that's what we said.
The head twice and once on the way out.
Okay.
Oh, once on the way out.
Okay. So, but anyway, but stuff's going to happen, and it happens all the time. So you recovered nicely, but just, you know, maybe right before you play the tune, said, hey, just to make sure it's once on the out chorus or twice or whatever you decide. You know, it's always good.
But you did hear how well we ended Joy Spring last night. So that should be an example.
Dawn just got off stage at the live playing workshop. Dawn, how do you feel when you get off the stage?
I feel pretty good. Nobody threw anything at me. Everybody was supportive, and it was a great time. It really was a lot of fun.
Nice.
So it's a big relief because you got, you know, some good guitar players out there watching you.
Yeah.
So it's a good experience.
Were you nervous going in tonight?
No, I've been playing out live a long time, but I was as close to being nervous as possible. Yes. I had some tingles. So.
Nice.
I'd like to say something real quick. That was Daryl's first ever solo. Let's go.
What's it like when you step off that stage? Sense of relief?
Oh, it's both. So we worked so hard throughout the year, so it's a sense of accomplishment. I struggled all year, and then I got through it, and so it's a relief, but also a reward. Just the reward after all that hard work that you did it.
Yeah.
So yeah.
And Daryl actually just busted out his first ever live bass solo. How did you feel doing that?
It was scary going in because I'd never done it, and I hadn't practiced before camp, and so I was nervous. So I paid attention today in Todd's classes, tried to learn what I could today, and some of it hopefully came out in my solo, and I survived.
You survived. You lived to tell about it. It sounded really good, man. Good job.
Thanks.
After the live playing workshop, it's back here to the Cman Room to put a long day of learning to rest with a few drinks, some laughs, and some fun. Talk to me about the Cman Room hangouts.
It's one of my favorite parts of the whole event to come here and enjoy afterwards, after we've been playing and having a great playing session. It's a long day, we learn a lot, and we get to play, but coming here is a real special time.
I'm here with Don. This is his first time at the camp. Don, what's it like getting done with the live playing workshop and then coming into the Cman Room to hang out?
It's relaxing because I usually have a lot of anxiety when I'm up on the stage, but then when I'm done, it's a release. And then here it's just nice to kind of come and hang out and chat about what happened.
Yeah, right. That's a big topic of conversation is how you did on stage, right?
Yep. Yeah. So, and everybody's very supportive. So even if I'm having anxiety issues, it doesn't matter because everybody else is understanding and even going through some of the same things. So everybody's very supportive about well, this is how I deal with it or what have you. So
right. And it's been a long day, so headed to bed now, right?
I'm gonna read and fall asleep.
Nice. Have a good night.
Thanks, you too.
Here at the camp, Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday are pretty much carbon copies of each other. You start out with the morning workouts, you have your 3 class sessions during the day, you have rehearsals in the late afternoon with your small group, and then you perform at the live playing workshop at night. Thursday is a little different. The guys are getting ready to perform the final night concert down at a wine bar in Oakhurst, and it's a concert that's open to the public. After breakfast in the morning on Thursday, all of the students gather in the chapel for an intensive Q&A session with the teachers. The guys are able to ask whatever they want. Some of them have looming questions about all the stuff they've learned all week. Some just want general advice they can use to push their jazz guitar journey further ahead.
Is there something you guys wish you had known when you were about my age, in your 30s, and then up to this point? Like, oh, I wish someone had told me this, like in my playing, my gigging, my teaching, whatever it is. Any advice going forward for me?
Be a badass. That's what I would tell you. And you have to decide what that means. What is a badass to you? And achieve that. Obviously, to me, a badass is someone who everybody wants to play with. Who's always prepared. Who's imaginative, those are the things, the qualities that I would say a badass has, and if you just kind of hold yourself to a high standard, the questions answer themselves. Music is about life. Here I'm a person who's dedicated his whole life to music, but life isn't about music. Music is about life. And so just be open to things and open to possibilities and be imaginative. Be a badass.
After the Q&A session, the guys get some basic instructions for the concert and then get into their small groups to rehearse their song of choice. Some of the groups pick new songs to play at the concert instead of playing the assigned songs they've been working on all week. Starting at 2 o'clock, each group gets a chance to perform their tune in front of the teachers so they can get some last-minute tips and critiques to make sure their arrangement is totally dialed in before they head on stage in public.
Okay, here's the rule. If you miss something, you don't get to go back and tack it on at the end. Right? If you miss a note, you'll get it next time, but don't tack something on, because that just, we're adding.
I completely agree.
Nice save, Dave.
He's quiet.
What's happening here?
We're gonna go. Oh, we're gonna play two.
No, I'm sorry.
Thanks for coming in. I know.
Let's talk about
It feels like at the second part I want to go back to tennis. But I'm playing just open, skipping chords.
That's the bass.
Yeah, it's kind of
I mean, keep it minimal, right? So,
Oh, you can do it.
It's up to you, baby.
or if you want me to do
Maybe not the whole time, but.
All right, we've made it to the Queen's Inn in the town of Oakhurst. This is about 5 miles from where the workshop takes place. We're holding the final night concert. This is at the Queen's Inn, a cool little wine bar right on a little river. These guys have put in 4 long, hard days of learning, and this is the culmination of it all. Some of them never have played gigs. Some of them rarely play out. So this really gives them a taste of what gigging is really like.
So this band, the Cane Cutters, are going to do Sugar. Take it away, boys.
What's the difference between the live playing workshops during the week and then the final concert? Does it feel like a gig? Does it feel like there's more pressure?
It definitely feels like more of a gig. The evenings can be a little bit intimidating because you have our instructors, the great players out there listening, and all of our peers. So everybody's paying attention, and so there's for some of us there's a little bit of raised stakes playing in front of that crowd, but actually getting out in public, you have all of those people, and then you have people who are just coming to enjoy music, and it's outside, and the whole environment is just, it's more alive, it's more real world. And so on one hand there's maybe a little bit more pressure in a sense. On the other hand, there's a little more excitement, because we're out playing for the world.
So Jason, what's the difference between the live playing workshops during the week and then going actually out to the wine bar in public? Does it feel kind of like a gig? Does it feel different?
It feels like a gig for sure. There's an audience there, which is great. I mean, the public is there, not just us looking at each other. But there's plenty of nerves here in the workshop performances too. Because it's just you're up there with all your peers and the instructors looking on, and it can be pretty anxious. So by the time we get to the gig, the wine bar, it feels like a gig. By the time we get there, it's usually a lot of the nerves have been kinked out, so it's a little better.
I'm here with Adam. He's been to the camp a few times. And Adam, what's the big difference between the live playing workshops throughout the week and then going to play at the wine bar in public?
Well, in some ways, there's no difference, and in some ways, there is. The no difference is that every night we're playing in front of each other. And, these are all guys that you like to impress, and they're all pretty good players. So there's the pressure there, which is good because, when you're playing in front of live people, which we all probably aspire to do, you got to get used to the nerves. And then what I like about Thursday night is that we get to pick our own songs. You're working with a small group of guys that you've met here. You're trying to pull together a new song within really a matter of hours. So that's fun and exciting and a little bit scary.
All right, here with Dawn. Dawn, this was your first time at the camp. Wrap it all up for me. How was it?
My gosh, it was a great experience. Learned a lot of stuff, met some great people. Everybody was great here. The scenery was great. The food was great. All I can say is great. It was. I'm looking forward. I told them they're stuck with me now. I'm gonna be at every one of these things.
Awesome. And then, how about the final concert? How'd that go for you?
I felt pretty good with it. Yeah, it was a lot of fun. We worked our butts off on stuff, but it was worth it. It was, oh man, what a great experience.
Yeah.
I wish I'd have done this 20 years ago. I missed out on 19 of these things now.
Yeah, well, hopefully we'll have 20 more years of this.
Yeah, that sounds good to me.
All right, buddy. All right, here with Dave. Dave's been here, gosh, around 8 times. Dave, another camp in the books. What are your thoughts?
Oh, it was great. These things are always such a joy, such a pleasure, and you learn so much coming to these that it's just a complete package of fun and learning jazz guitar. Yeah.
How'd the concert go for you last night?
It went really well. That's another great thing about this. Of course, you study all these specific songs throughout the week, but then it culminates with that Thursday night, as you saw, and we get to play anything we want. Rich goes, now play anything you want. So we did an old jazz standard that we just love playing. And then pretty soon you start finding that the things you learn during the week start creeping into even that, so yeah, anybody interested in jazz guitar, I tell everybody, come up to the Jazz Guitar Workshop in Yosemite, because you're going to spend a week of just, your brain's going to overflow by the time you're leaving here. And then you have to whittle it down to 1 or 2 or 3 really solid things that you can incorporate into your playing. But I swear by this camp, and if anybody's out there trying to play jazz guitar, come here, you'll get better super fast. Yeah.
Awesome, Dave. We'll have a safe trip home, buddy.
All right, thank you, Wes, and thanks for all you do. You do a great job here.
Yeah,
right.
Thank you.
Guitar College.
After all the students have got up on stage, the final night concert is capped off with a dazzling performance by the teachers. It allows everyone to enjoy a much-needed glass of wine to calm their performance anxiety and reflect on a long week of being immersed in jazz guitar.
Jazz, it's like never playing the same thing once. And the thing about jazz, it's so much better than it sounds. And it's just been really great to see everybody, mostly hear everybody, progress and work so hard and dedicate themselves to the process of just getting better at stuff. Although, there's a lot of weird things we have to deal with. I don't know. I don't really understand why everybody has to look at their guitar while they play all the time. And it's been great to be associated with such wonderful players and teachers, which you're about to hear, and this amazing place. We're in Oakhurst, the gateway to Yosemite, and we're actually making music, having a good time, having great drinks. But I want to thank Rich Severson for putting on such an amazing thing for everybody to come together. And anyways, we're going to play some songs, and I will continue to talk. Remember, this is much better than it sounds.
Back here with Garrett. Garrett, another camp in the books. How many is this for you?
2013 was my first, and I haven't missed many except for COVID, a couple of them.
Yeah, wow. So
I don't want to count.
So Garrett's a veteran. Tell me about the camp. Give me the final wrap of your week.
It's just every year it's like this. There's just a bond among the players. There's the best instruction you could get in a compressed amount of time. It's just perfect in every way. Beautiful. I mean, I'm walking to breakfast this morning and like, look at where we're at. This place is spectacular.
I'm here with Armando, and one cool thing about the camp is you can buy some of the guitars that my dad has. He just picked up this ES 175 66. How stoked are you on this thing?
So I can't wait to get home and start practicing. You learn so much. Everything's so compressed but very friendly. I just can't wait. You got to come out. Stop thinking about it. Just make it happen. You will thank us later. Trust me, you will thank us.
Yeah, and then you can also, pick up a new guitar as well. So this guy is just living the fullest.
Living the dream.
Living
the dream. By the way, I already gave a deposit for next year's, which will be my 5th one. So excited, stoked about that too.
Yeah, and you'll have a year of playing this beauty, and then you'll be able to come back and show us how it sounds.
Can't wait. Thank you.
So it's another Yosemite Jazz Guitar and Bass Workshop in the books for us. What an amazing week. All the students and teachers had such a blast. I had a great time shooting all this video. If you want to come to our next workshop in June, just go to guitarcollege.com and you'll find all the information you need. Bookings are available now. Don't wait. Don't miss your slot. We really want to see you here soon, and thanks for watching.